at least tonight, especially because I want to speak about a video I came across, man, of Scottie Pippen, man. That guy, you talk about full blown delusion. I want y'all to understand this is what happens when your ex teammate's son is smashing your ex wife. It causes you to have great delusions of grandeur to the point to where you make a mockery of yourself and your legacy, Scottie. That's exactly what you're doing. So make sure y'all like the stream. I'm your host, Jaye Black. Let's see who's here. Troy, Eric, Costellar, Gaming Foodie, I'm him. Troy, I said the name. Elward, Love Christie, Antonio, Roland. Omar was good. Yeah, the notifications ain't going out, but I'm going to do something about that. What I'm going to start doing is getting back to posting videos on this channel. I'm going to start posting like I was before. I think when you don't post regularly on the channel, it may affect the notifications, or people may just simply think that it doesn't matter, right? Ajax, Boss Lady, what's up? Make sure y'all like the stream, man. What's going on with Scottie? Scottie's losing his mind, man. What's going on with Scottie? Scottie is losing his damn mind. And Scottie just put up an Instagram post that just further demonstrates that he's losing his mind. So will this live stay up? Yes, for the most part, unless I have any issues. What's good, Carl, Ryan, Miss Tangy? Scottie's losing his mind, man. This guy's having a full-blown meltdown. And I want y'all to understand that when you love a woman and she chooses to go after your ex-teammate's son, it causes these guys to lose it. It really does. Scottie needs to move on. That woman ain't coming back. At least not no time soon. All right. Philadelphia, Jaye, Ramir was good. How do we get to this point? How do we get to this point, Scottie? A lot of you guys, and I'm going to tell you, man, a lot of you guys fall in love and then you realize you let that woman live with you while she dated other men like that. This woman was living with Scottie while she was dating other men, man. I mean, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? King Bolo was up. And he continues to make a fool of himself, but for why, Scottie? Why go through this? This woman has done nothing but embarrass you. And you've kept quiet about her. But you want to go at Michael Jordan as if Michael Jordan is the problem? You feel like Michael Jordan owes you something? He's an easy target? Then facing the reality that your ex-wife is using him against you, you know? What is going on with these males, man? What is going on with these males? You males are becoming more and more of a disgrace. Salute to everybody that's here. What's going on out here, man? What's going on with these males? Y'all males falling in love and then you get your heart broken. And instead of you confronting that, you want to confront your ex-teammate? So it's Michael Jordan's fault that you don't get the credit you deserve. You feel like you deserve, right? The respect that you deserve. You want to blame Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the problem. When did Michael Jordan become the problem? Wasn't y'all cool up until a couple years ago before the documentary dropped? This is where we at? This is absolutely ridiculous, Scottie. Scottie, you are a fool in love. That woman don't want you, sir. But you're out here making a fool of yourself, going after Michael Jordan. I mean, this guy is just... Y'all, look at this video. We're going to get into it, but look at this video. Scottie's in this video talking about how LeBron James will be the greatest statistical player to ever play the game of basketball. Michael Jordan was a horrible player. What's going on with these men? Y'all know I talk about these heifers, but what about these men? Y'all men are right there. Y'all acting out just like these heifers are, man. Like, I can't just say it's the heifers. You males are right there. Your mental illnesses, you're overly emotional. You right there with the women. Ain't no difference. Y'all acting just like them, man. We got to confront these things. Scottie, you need help, sir. Scottie, that woman don't care about you, man. She's moving on. She's doing what she's doing to gaslight you. And instead of you confronting the gaslighting, you want to take your emotions out on Michael Jordan. You want to take your emotions out on Michael Jordan. All right. I want y'all, let's take a look at his Insta real quick. I want y'all to take a look at his Insta. What's up, Stephen Brown? Before we get into this video, let's check out his Insta real quick. He put this post up here. This was yesterday. And it says, I don't know if y'all can see it. Hold on. It says, you don't need a lot of friends. You just need the right ones. And then he put this post up here. He has a picture of himself when he was younger. And he says, from humble beginnings to 6 championships, 2 gold medals, Hall of Fame, and leading the Bulls franchise with the most playoff wins, here's to unsung heroes. Unsung heroes. Bro, you've gotten the accolades. Oh, Miss Fantastic, we about to get into it. We about to play this video. Can y'all see it? All right.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that, right? He's basically saying Michael Jordan was bad before he got to the Bulls. And then after he got to the Bulls, he was still horrible. Because he was horrible to play with, and he was a horrible player. Let's go back.
Statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
That is from his mouth. Nobody, again, we can say now the visual and the audio isn't matching up perfectly, but it sounds like Scottie is saying this. Like, how does this make you look, Scottie? You look crazy. I told y'all something's wrong with these males. These males are emotional like women. And instead of him confronting the fact that Larsa's the one's embarrassing you and humiliating you, you want to take your frustrations out on Michael Jordan. And it wasn't just the documentary. Scottie has always felt this way, probably. A hint of jealousy because he feels like people have heaped praise on Michael and not him. But if it's a team game, Scottie, why are you trying to put yourself in it like you're the one who are leading the Bulls to these championships. Shout out to Omar. He says, as a diehard Bulls fan, I watched that full podcast, and a lot of stuff that Scottie was saying was understandable. But to say that MJ was a horrible player before Scottie got to the Bulls is BS. I'm saying, like, what's going on, Scottie? Like Scottie, you need to talk to someone? Do you need counseling? Like, that boy is not boy, but that guy is damaged. Scottie Pippen is a damaged individual. He is damaged. And he's seeking validation. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic. He says, man, somebody call in a wellness check for Scottie. Help, Lord. He definitely needs it because he has to be drinking or whatever he's doing. Maybe he's taking too many painkillers. I don't know. But for him to be saying this, knowing that that's not true, Michael Jordan has always been a talented player, even before Scottie got there. And for Scottie to say this, and then you go to his Instagram and he putting up posts like this, it leads you to believe, and this was after the podcast. So, he's putting up this post, you can see it, basically because he knows that people are going to come at him. He knows this. But this just doesn't make any sense, though. I mean, this don't make any sense, Scottie. You're not making any sense, sir. You try, like, what is it with you and Michael Jordan don't even talk about you? He don't. Is he, are you mad because he's not answering your phone calls? Let's hear it again.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball.
Listen, it's not all about stats. There's a lot that goes into being a great player, whether you're a great leader, teammate. There's a lot that goes into being considered great. And it's interesting how you have all this heat, this smoke. Did you tell Michael to his face? I doubt you've ever done that.
And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play.
Bet he wouldn't say that in front of him. MJ.
No,
tears of joy, tears of joy, tears of joy.
Appreciate it. Nah, he would never say that. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not one of those guys that will say, the old school players were better than these new school. I'm not one of those type of guys. All right? There's a lot of talented basketball players today. A lot. But we can't deny that there were great basketball players back in the day. Right? And Scottie, unfortunately, I ain't putting you in that list yourself. Okay? You are a great teammate. I think your role on the team with the Bulls was great. But let's be real. When Jordan wasn't there, what were you doing? When you left the Bulls, what were you doing? Where was your greatness? I just feel like Scottie's he's salty. This is salt. Sup, Unicorn? This is salt. Make sure y'all like the stream. This is saltiness. Oh, look, y'all see it?
He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was. LeBron.
Forgot who he was. He was a good player before you got there, Scottie. You helped elevate the team. Shout out to Roller.
Scottie Pippen is doing legacy damage control because LeBron James being recently swept 4-0 by the Nuggets a week ago has again triple confirmed Michael Jordan as the GOAT of professional basketball.
Yeah. And that has caused Shannon Sharpe to have a meltdown. And again, I recognize how great of a player LeBron James is. At his age, to be able to play at the level that he's playing at, he has shown that he has the talent and the capabilities of being one of the best ever, right? One of the best ever. But I'm not going to say he's the best ever. right? And Michael Jordan did a lot of work when he got into them playoffs. We can't deny that. But let's get back into it.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He was a horrible player. He was horrible to play with. He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots.
Why does Scottie look over to the left like that? Like he's trying to find things to say about Mike, you know?
Scottie more sensitive than that game. He couldn't play versus Pistons that they lost in Game 7.
Right. Appreciate that. Like Scottie, why are you so hurt, man? I would expect a woman to be, you know, women are emotional. You expect a woman to be emotional and sensitive. But this to me is just, it's over the top. And we all know why he's hurt. You want to deflect away from the fact that Larsa Pippen has been embarrassing you since 2017. And now she's dating Michael's son. She's making sure to show off the Jordan symbolism in most of her pictures. Y'all see the picture she takes with Marcus Jordan? It's about her symbolically throwing it back in Scottie's face. So instead of Scottie confronting that, he wants to confront and call out Michael Jordan. This is what you call being a hater. And he played with this guy. You played with Michael Jordan. You're sounding like a hater. I ain't never seen hating like this. This is what you call a hater, man. This is a straight up hater. I would never call LeBron horrible, ever. I don't think any of LeBron's teammates would ever call him horrible. But you're calling him horrible? Scottie. Come on, man. Like, what are you sipping on, right? What liquor? Are you sipping on Shay's liquor? Shout out to Mr. Fantastic.
One of Scottie's biggest moments was him pointing to the Jordan logo on the shoes he was wearing, begging MJ to come back. I can't believe this is real.
Appreciate that. That's crazy. Yeah. Because he needed him. He needed him. He needed him. He realized he can't lead. He's not a leader. He can't lead a team. You need him. And Jordan eventually came back. But Scottie, man, Scottie's sipping on that Shay liquor. And, you know, he's tweeting. Now he's Instagramming. He did this podcast. It's like, I've never seen a hater like this. This is such an open, this is what you call being a hater. Straight up.
Damn, Scottie Don turned into a bronsexual. Tears of joy at this point, bro. Mightest well hang with Skip Bayless' sneezing face. By the way, MJ will always be the GOAT. Full score. Right, appreciate that, man. Listen, they want to crown LeBron, which is whatever. You know, everybody has their favorite. I'm not here to tell y'all who to like and who not to like. But this to me is on a whole different level. Whole different level. I mean, the level of hating, I mean, I've never seen this. You know, you got people who claim to be haters. This is what you call hating on an elite level. This is elite level hating.
And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
They did? Because Michael Jordan was still very marketable. He became even more marketable, but he was already marketable. They just made a whole movie about it. Scottie, don't you remember? They just made a whole movie about, you know, Nike and Michael. That was before y'all went on that run, right? And again, Scottie, I don't know if again you're sipping on some of that Shay liquor. You're looking at highlights. You're watching because you know they just put The Last Dance on Netflix. I don't know how long it's been on Netflix, but they just, because I was scrolling through Netflix the other day and I saw that they just put the Last Dance on Netflix. It may have already been on there, but I saw it was on there. And I'll say, you know, maybe Scottie came across the documentary again and it enraged him because it did make him look bad. I'm not gonna lie, it made him look kind of weak. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he was in it. He was in there. You know, you taking that, you getting lowballed and you signing a very underwhelming contract, like, and people clowning you for it, like, you know. But you made those choices, you know. You made those choices, Scottie. You got to be mad at yourself. Shout out to the pink unicorn.
High value hating.
Right, pink unicorn. That's high value, elite, undisputed hating right there, man. Shout out to Antonio Morgan.
He must have selectivity forgotten that we 90s die-hard Bulls fans got receipts when he bailed on the team in 94 playoffs in the last 1.4 seconds when Kukoc took the last shot. Bish made.
Yeah, he's not a leader. He's not a go-to guy. And that bothers him. You're not that guy, Scottie. I don't understand why you want to take it out on Jordan. Shout out to Deshaun for the cash out. Appreciate that, man. And he want to take that out on Jordan. Let's listen to it again.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does that make him the greatest player to ever play the game?
Shout out to Divine Photos. Scottie Simpson keeps finding ways to take an L. I'm telling you, man.
I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with.
What?
Scottie Simpson keeps finding ways to take an L.
Exactly. And this is out of jealousy. I want y'all to understand. Not only did Michael make him look like a clown in the documentary, but Michael's son is smashing his ex-wife, the woman that he still loves. That bothers him. I'm telling you right now, that bothers him. It really does. So he's passive aggressively going at Michael Jordan because that's the only person he can go with. He's not going to go at Larsa because he knows Larsa's going to respond. So he's going to go as somebody that he knows is not going to say anything back. So he wants to go at somebody because Michael Jordan doesn't care. He's going to ignore this because Michael's concerned about making money, doing a little bit of gambling, maybe playing golf, right? He's not concerned about what Scottie got going on.
He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
And what was he, Scottie? he thought he had like that was a gotcha. He had like that was a gotcha. Like, I got you. Like he wasn't that great, y'all. What are you doing? LeBron James is great, but Michael Jordan, he's horrible. Like, does he want to be part of the LeBron James Defense League? Is he trying to get an application? Is he trying to join the LeBron James Defense League? It looks like it with all this he's doing, right? I mean, you know, is he simping for Larsa? He's simping for LeBron. Like, he's simping for both. Shit. I think he's simping for both. This is some of the stupidest shit that anybody could say, especially a former player. Especially for a former player who played with MJ, who had a lot of success with MJ. You should be making money moves with MJ, not trying to attack him. Again, you didn't like the documentary?
Scottie Pippen or Scottie Simpson?
Right, appreciate that. This might be a little bit of both. Like, this is what you call the destruction of a man. This guy's throwing all the dignity he had left out of the window, out of pure jealousy. Pure jealousy. Michael Jordan don't talk about you. If you have a beef with the Last Dance documentary, then say that. Don't try to be passive aggressive. This guy wrote a whole book in response to The Last Dance. That's the type of guy this is. Shout out to Divine
MJ
Photos.
most likely approved Marcus's relationship with Larsa to get back at Scottie without saying a word.
Appreciate that, right? Because MJ smart. He knows. He knows the triggers. And he's probably like, whatever, you know. And the thing is, Larsa has met, I believe, Michael Jordan and Juanita. So Larsa has met with both of them already, I believe. She's met with Juanita and she's met with Michael. So they're like, it's cool.
LeBron will be the greatest statistical guy to ever play the game of basketball. And there's no comparison to him. None. So, does
He said there's no comparison to him?
that make him the greatest player to ever play the game? I'll leave that out for debating because I don't believe that there's a great player because our game is a team game and one player can't do it. Like, I seen Michael Jordan play before I came to play with the Bulls. You guys seen him play. He's a horrible player. He was horrible to play with.
That's that hate. He letting the hate flow. He letting the hate flow, man. Like, you have to wake up every day and the dude, listen, Scottie, the dude that you don't like, his son is smashing your ex-wife and the mother of your children. Okay? That bothers that guy every single day. Yeah, she did know Marcus. She said she didn't know him since he was a child. I highly doubt that. I know she saw them grow up basically while Michael and Scottie were teammates. So I'm pretty sure she saw him when he was younger.
He was all one-on-one. He's shooting bad shots. And all of a sudden, we become a team and we start winning. Everybody forgot who he was.
He thought he really had something there. This is crazy. Hold on, let me see. See if there's more here. Because this is some, man. Scottie, this ain't a good look, bro. You look, not only do you look bad, you look like such a hater, and people are just going to use this, like me, to mock you about.
Scottie need to keep that same energy for future.
Oh, he's not going to do that. He's not going to. He's going to ignore it because, it's Michael Jordan is the only person in the world that he has this issue with. That's the crazy part. Like, you telling me that you only have an issue with Michael Jordan? That's the crazy thing about this whole thing with Scottie is this whole dislike of Michael Jordan as if Michael Jordan did something to him. Michael Jordan didn't do anything to you. Hold on, let's go to the full interview. I don't think I'm gonna play the whole thing.
The treatment we got to Lakers beat them because Denver.
Hold up. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find that clip. Okay, they about to bring Scottie on. We about to check out this interview. Hold on, go to YouTube. We got to check out this interview.
My show today, we went out and spent 70.
Hold up. Because Scottie, you're gonna have to explain this.
And it was
pretty much sold the video to Michael or gave it to him. But as we all know, Michael has always had a different hand inside with the league. He was always dealt with separately, differently, and however you want to break it down. So,
man, they about to do a whole hater interview. Yo, he did a whole video. He did a whole interview about Michael, man. Are you serious? Make sure y'all like the stream. We about to go in those. What's good, Bronx? What's good, Severe? This guy did a whole interview hating. Like, the hate is real,
So That's really what it all boiled down to at the end of the day.
Well, Scottie, obviously that story of The Last Dance was told from Michael's perspective, and it was his slant on looking back on the championship years. But one of the things that came through as you mentioned, a lot of young people aren't familiar with the 90s Bulls. One of the things that really came through loud and clear was how mean and cruel that Jordan could be to his teammates.
Oh,
I
wow.
know that in talking to...
Y'all see this? How mean and cruel he was to his teammates. These are grown men. You need a leader who's vocal. Man, they better not play football. Because if you think Jordan is bad, have you heard these football coaches and how they talk to players? The stories that you've heard of some of these coaches and how they talk to these players? He was a leader. He wasn't about that. He was about winning. He didn't care about just making money and being famous. He wanted to win. And they won 6 championships.
Stacy and so many guys on those 90s teams, they always say that Scottie Pippen was our favorite teammate because he was supportive and he cared about everybody on the squad. How important was that role to the success of the team where Jordan could be so heavy-handed? You were a guy who lifted the other guys up.
I'll put it like this. Of all my years I played in Chicago and played with Michael, I never saw one free agent come to the Bulls and said that they want to play there with Michael. I do recall a couple of them coming there during the off season when he retired, or the 2 years that he was away from the game. So I say that to say this. The success of the Bulls came from a team. It didn't come from Michael Jordan. It didn't come from him being critical of other players. If anything, that discouraged players because no player wants to be talked down to, belittled, or even made fun of to some way.
Oh, wow.
And
oh, wow. We don't want to make fun of players. You know, teammates make fun of each other. They play jokes on each other. It can be harsh, but your teammates, you know, you got all these different personalities. Some people can fit in, others can't, man. That's just the nature of high-level sports. You're going to be around a lot of different personalities, man, and you have to be prepared for it. You know, especially when you get into the pros. When you get into the pros, you're going to have to focus on being a pro and understanding that you're going to be around men from all over who have different personalities, and you're going to have to figure out what their personality is. But Jordan was so effective in his leadership, you won many championships. People may not, and you know I only see one person complaining about it, and that's Scottie Pippen. I don't see Dennis complaining about it. I don't see Tony Kukoc, some of these other guys complaining about it as much as Scottie is.
I felt like those were a lot of things that were brought out in that documentary. You couldn't change how he spoke to his teammate. It was on video. You couldn't change how he criticized his teammates. It's on video. So to look at his character as a player, none of that was driving us into winning.
Yeah.
So what drove you to winning? What drove you to winning? Because even Golden State has Draymond Green in the you don't think Draymond Green talks crazy to his teammates? He may not do it the way Jordan did, but you need a guy like that on your team that's going to push players to get better, whether you like them or not. And whether, you know, you think the guy's full of shit or not, whether you think the guy's a team bully or not, I don't know. Because I just seen the one situation with when he had the situation with his other teammate. I think his name right now. But other than that, you need guys like that on the team. Whether you like it or not, you're going to need guys who are going to be vocal, who are going to be, the muscle, who go on the court, who can go up against the team's biggest, toughest players. Like, you need that mentality on your team in order to win. You're not going to win unless you have somebody like that with that mentality.
So when you look at the 6 championships and which one is your favorite one that you look and say, this was my favorite one? All 6 of them are special, but which one do you say is my favorite one?
I would say the first one. That was what I set out for when I first came in the league. It took 5 years to get there, and it was the first, and it was definitely more gratifying to me. Obviously, playing against the Lakers made it even that much more special because I felt like we were playing against the best team, the best franchise that we could play against to win a title. I mean, we couldn't play against the Boston Celtics. They're in the Eastern Conference. So I feel like it was just a great journey. We had beat all the good teams to advance, whether they was blind, cripple, or crazy. When we got to the finals, that don't matter. We won.
Yeah, Scottie, they always talk about Michael's passion stuff, but people forget, and that could be its own documentary, the passion you had. I mean, the iconic dunk over Ewing, the hurling of chairs and balls and getting ejected. That was a lot of pushing and shoving and getting into with Rodman. That was exciting stuff back in the day. I loved watching that.
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, I feel like that there were a lot more to tell, a lot more people, teammates that deserve more credit, and the success that we had wasn't because of one individual. It wasn't because
Nah, don't get me wrong. Listen, don't get me wrong. Phil Jackson was the ultimate. He was the coach. He was the leader overall. But as far as the locker room, you're going to need locker room leaders. Every great team has locker room leaders. Don't let them fool you. Every great team has locker room leaders. Okay? They could be like the veteran free agent you brought in before the season. It could be some of your young guys. Young quarterbacks. Look at some of these young quarterbacks in the NFL. Looking at NFL reference, but they've become leaders. So leaders can be anybody, but you need them. You need vocal leaders, leaders who people in a locker room can look up to, besides the coaches, right? But this to me is a man who is bitter and a man who's alone. He's a loner. He's lonely. You got a lonely man, right, who don't have a woman. Like, well, he's been dating a woman, but we don't know how serious that is. Larsa is throwing it in his face that she's dating his rival's son. That hurts his feelings. Don't let him fool you. It hurts his feelings.
It wasn't because of me. And it wasn't just the Michael Scottie Horace or the Michael Scottie Dennis championships. Winning takes a group of great, dedicated guys, and that's what we had. Looking back at the year I was drafted, the following year, I think it was Will Perdue was drafted, and then following that, I think it was Stacy and BJ, Jeff Sanders, and vice versa. But all those players came in with the same mindset, the same goals, the same ambition to win a championship. And it wasn't going to happen overnight, and their contribution wasn't going to stand out like an all-star. But what we did as a team, we worked hard. We pushed one another. We made each other better. Stacy, top pick in the draft, came to the Bulls. He didn't complain that he wasn't a starter. He didn't complain about his minutes. He played a role. And when we won those championships, it wasn't about the minutes that the King put in, but it was about the quality, the things that he did. He dedicated himself, whether it was giving up a foul, whether it was just focus on boxing one guy out. Our first championships against the Lakers, that was a tough championship. Our second one was even tougher, going against the Portland Trail Blazers. I mean, that team had won almost 70 games that season, and we didn't think that we had the right matchup for them. But a lot of the preparation, the mental toughness that we had developed over numerous amount of seasons and just competing against each other and pushing each other. I remember in that game 6 in Chicago, like, Phil had pretty much, I won't say he had given up, but he had given up on the first group. He just didn't think we had it that night. And it was the second group that went out and really changed the tempo of that game. Stacey King, Bobby Hansen. But, you look in the documentary and you would think that Michael took a 2-minute break and sit on the bench, and he came back and scored 20 points and we won a championship.
That's 3 weeks in a row, Stace, like we were counting on.
Well, again, anybody who watched the Bulls in the 90s especially, there was a team dynamic there. There was a team dynamic there. But this, I want y'all to see something. We're going to go back. We're going to go back in the Wayback Machine. And we're going to listen to what Larsa had to say. Larsa said this in 2020. Larsa said that this was back in 2020, family. This is why we've gotten to this point with Scottie. Larsa talks about her first date with Future.
2015, when you're saying like he's gonna do, the conversation was he's gonna do his thing, I'm gonna do my thing. Was that basically like? I guess that conversation is we're separated. That's what's going on.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Just kind of living our separate lives. And, I was in Miami and he was in Arkansas in our house in Chicago. And I started going out. Like, you have to remember, I had 4 kids. So I never really went out without him. I never did anything. Like, my whole life, my 20s and half of my 30s was, raising kids and taking care of all of Scottie's stuff. Like, I managed his whole life. He didn't even know where he banked. I did all of our stuff. I handled all of our investments. I handled all of our stuff. So at this point, I'm just like, it's just not enough. I don't feel fulfilled.
Yeah. So you were separated when you were seeing Future.
Yeah.
She was unfulfilled, Scottie. She was unfulfilled. And that is why she's now dating Marcus Jordan, because that unfulfillment has taken her to Marcus Jordan. Scottie.
Yeah.
Was that weird? Did Scottie know you were seeing Future of all people? Like, and how did he?
It was definitely like a respectable relationship. It wasn't on like, it was just like we were friends and we needed each other at that moment. And that was basically, I think people make more of it. I think it's just like for a better conversation for people to say, oh, she cheated on him. Oh, she this, she that. Like, it was none of that. Like Scottie.
No, you did cheat on that man. You left. Okay, let's say this. You're saying that you didn't cheat. Well, you left Scottie and you were hanging around Future's home in Miami taking selfies outside his mansion, hanging out with his friends. You left your family to be with Future. And then when Future didn't want you anymore, you went back to Scottie. That's what you did.
Wasn't even living at home with me.
Like, and how did he feel about that?
No. We never I never would ask him what he was doing. He would never ask me what I was doing. Like, it wasn't like how you're thinking it was.
Yeah.
Is it frustrating that you can't just date someone and it?
Yeah, she's a total liar. Total lie. She lied about her and Marcus not dating. She lied about how she never saw Marcus when he was a kid. She's a liar.
Not be all over the tabloids. I got to imagine having that much focus on your life gets frustrating sometimes.
I don't know. I just feel like, for me, because I'm not like a talker, like I don't handle my business in public. So I feel like if you're not loud in 2020, like the loudest people get the most attention and you start believing them. It's almost like if I keep lying to you and I just keep saying the same thing, the world will believe it.
Yeah.
I'm just not like that. I'm more of a private person. I don't really like tell my business. I don't really tell the issues that I had with Scottie or with this person. I'm more of a private person. And when I leave a situation, I leave it like gracefully. I leave it like, it was so much fun. I had the best time, and let's keep it moving.
Where did you meet Future?
Oh, I met him at a dinner party in Miami.
And was it sparks right away, or how did the first date go down?
Kind of, yeah. It kind of was like that.
Do you remember the first date?
Yeah. It was pretty interesting because he was definitely not what I thought he was going to be like. He was definitely very romantic and different than I expected him to be.
What did you expect?
Future slept with you and he bragged about it. He threw it in Scottie Pippen's face. And that's a guy that you claim that you was just dating after you broke up with Scottie, which is not true. You left Scottie. No, you cheated and then you went to go stay with Future. Future bragged about smashing you and basically insinuated that you cheated on Scottie with him. Future insinuated this in his music, but she's going to ignore that. She's going to ignore the fact that Future himself insinuated that you cheated on Scottie with him.
I don't know. I just expected him to come on and like give me some like lyrics and be like, two damn bitches at the same time. I don't know. Just like, I expected it to be more like, I don't know. It was just very like on a very normal like type of situation. But I love him. He's the best. He's great.
Was it a member? So I'm just curious about the first date. If you're going on a date with Future, what do you guys do on the first date? I feel like he's got to, especially with someone like you, he's got to go crazy for you.
No, we literally spoke for like 7 hours the first time I ever saw him. And I kind of like told him all my life and like, kind of like.
Do y'all believe this? You spoke for 7 hours. Future don't strike me as the guy that's going to talk to no woman for 7 hours. Like, come on. So y'all talk for 7 hours.
Why I am like where I am today and all that stuff. And he kind of gave me his whole like life, where he was in his life. And it was basically just like, we related on the most simple, organic way. Like I didn't need anything from him. He didn't need anything from me. It was just like, we were just two people that were like trying to figure our way, like I felt like I was stuck in a marriage that like, I just wasn't like really happy in. And he was trying to like, find his way too. So it wasn't like, we didn't talk about like, you know what I mean? Like it was just super like organic and simple. It wasn't like how you probably would think.
No, I guess I would think like there's pressure when you're going into date someone or potentially start, I don't know, courting. It sounds stupid and lame, but like you're interested in someone and you're like, shit, I know that this woman's had a really high profile relationship and I got to come in and kind of like step it up a little bit. I got to imagine that's a lot of pressure.
Man, I bet Future didn't have to step up anything. He read her, he did what he had to do, and he smashed and then he sent her back to Scottie. That's what happened.
Sure. He can come in and when he likes someone, he can come in and step up. He knows how to do that. I feel like he's good at that. Yeah, he's good.
So why did that, are you guys still close? And why do you think that relationship just didn't, I don't know if you're looking for marriage again, but why didn't that relationship just kind of still go further, I guess?
I feel like it's kind of hard when you're like chasing, like you got to be on stage and you've got to travel and there's just so much pressure. And I feel like dating someone that's like, when two people have like a standard that's kind of high, it's hard to like, you know what I mean? Like I have to chase him, but then I want to be chased and then he has to chase me, but he's got a career. And then it's just like, I don't know. I just feel like sometimes it's better to date someone that's like super low profile, not on the road every day, just a simple life.
Like just
So basically what she's saying is that he wasn't interested in no long distance, any type of anything long term. It was short term and he went about his business. There was no way he was going to be in a relationship with her. That wasn't going to happen. And that's where the delusion comes into play. This is a very delusional female. Very delusional. Let me pull up this the clip. Well, let's pull up the clip where she talks about Scottie giving her the business 7 times a day. Let's pull that up.
Married for 23 years. I've always had sex like 4 times a night.
4 times a night?
A night. Yeah, so 3 times a week is nothing.
Hold on. You're telling me you had sex 4 times a night when you were married?
She's just saying I had sex 4 times a night every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Wait, what?
Yeah, yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
She's a freak. That's why Larsa a freak. She had to get her a young bull. She didn't want to get no guy her age. Look at all the young bull. This is all the young guys she done got with. Larsa's a freak. I believe she might be, I'm gonna say a sex addict, but she has high sex drive. I believe she has a high sex drive. You know.
You had sex 28 times a week.
Yeah, I swear.
For
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when he was traveling? I don't know.
We never spent time away from each other.
Okay.
Like we had a private plane. I
that's
traveled with my kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Oh.
I was married for.
Y'all see? Yo, I'm telling you right now, man. Listen, I'm telling you, Larsa's crazy. Yo, listen, this chick is nuts. And she made sure to tell him that Marcus got a size 15, trying to brag to all them heifers on the stage. She out here bragging to all the heifers on the stage that this dude got a size. I'm telling you, man, all these chicks think about is sex. They claim us as men think about sex. Here you got a 40-something-year-old woman talking about sex.
I honestly believe that if it wasn't for MJ, Scottie Pippen would not be in the HOF.
I agree. I think if Scottie would have went somewhere else, he would have been an average to above average player. Sometimes you have to go to the right fit. Going to the Bulls was the right fit for Scottie.
Married for 23 years. I've always had sex like 4 times a night.
4 times a night?
A night. Yeah, so 3 times a week is nothing.
Hold on. You're telling me you had sex 4 times a night when you were married?
She's just saying
I had sex 4 times a night every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Wait, hold on. What? What?
Yeah, yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
You had sex 28 times a week.
Yeah, I swear.
For
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when he was traveling? I don't know.
We never spent time away from each other.
Okay.
Like we had a private plane. I
that's
traveled with my
intense.
kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Oh.
He's married for 20.
See? Yeah, man. She trying to brag on the young guy, saying he wears size 15. Yeah, she definitely might be a nymphomaniac. Definitely. And she bragging on it. Shout out to Roland.
Coach Bobby Knight called Michael Jordan the greatest player ever in 1984 before MJ played in the NBA.
Wow.
2 years later in 1986, Larry Bird called MJ God in tennis shoes. Pippen was drafted in 1987.
Yeah, appreciate that. But see, Scottie, he's so delusional, he's not going to understand that. Scottie Pippen is a very delusional man. And look at what your wife is saying, the woman that you still love, sir. This is the woman that you still love, sir.
I was married for 23 years. I've always had sex like 4 times a night.
4 times a night?
A night. Yeah, so 3 times a week is nothing.
Hold on. You're telling me you had...
She said 3 times a week ain't nothing. Hey, if there's any married women, I wanted to ask this question to any married women that are listening. Are you giving up the cookie 4 times a day? Especially if you got time. Now you got to work, I don't know. But is you giving it up 4 times a day? Or is it just Larsa?
Week is nothing.
Hold on. You're telling me you had sex 4 times a night when you were married?
She's just saying
I had sex 4 times a night every night. I never had a day off for 23
Wait,
years.
hold on. What? What?
Yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
You had sex 28 times a week
Yeah, I swear.
for
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when you was traveling? I don't
We
understand.
never spent time away from each other. Like we had a private
Wow,
plane. I
that's
traveled with my
intense.
kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Oh.
I was
See? And this is an older woman saying this, man. Yeah, he was shocked. But there are freaks just like Larsa. Look at the dudes that she done been with after Scottie. Or even while she was with Scottie. Look at the dudes she done been with. All right? Look at the dudes she done been with. She liked chasing D, young D, right? Preferably that wears size 15 shoes, according to her. Yeah, she said her poor body. Because them women ain't giving up no sex like that. They all married to rich old men, so they not giving it up like that. Or men they've been married to for about 20, 30 years. They ain't giving it up like that. And they hearing Larsa, they're like, oh my God. They clutching their pearls. They're like, oh my God. You're having sex 4 times a day? Oh my God. Larsa, like, she's saying, yeah, like it ain't a big deal. It ain't a big deal to her. You know? Yeah, that's a lot of workout. They say Scottie back was fucked up. They say that's why Scottie back fucked up. That's another thing that Scottie don't want to actually hold her accountable for. Fucking up his back. All that action that she been wanting. She traveling the game just to get some D. This chick traveling to away games just to get some D. Taking a jet, she getting the kids and they all going to these games just so she can hook up with Scottie. This is how much of a freak she is. She gotta have it. And she willing to travel for it. She willing to travel for it. Like the effort is like, that is a 100% effort in getting that D.
for 23 years. I've always had sex like 4 times a night.
4 times a night?
A night. Yeah, so 3 times a week is
Hold
nothing.
on. You're telling me you had sex 4 times a night when you were married?
She's just saying she
No,
could pretty.
I had sex 4 times a night every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Wait, hold on. What? What?
Yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
You had sex 28 times a week
Yeah, I swear.
for
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when you was traveling? I don't
We
understand.
never spent time away from each other. Like we had a private
Wow,
plane. I
that's
traveled with my
intense.
kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Oh.
That's why Scottie back was fucked up. That's how Scottie back fucked up, man. She did it. She did it, man. Because she had to get hers. Yo, look at this. Let's check out this video of Scottie. This is why Scottie big mad. Look at this. Hold on. This is why Scottie mad. That's why Scottie mad right here.
But as a rookie, you get treated like a rookie, and Charles was a bully, so he beat me up for saying that.
I'm a rookie here. We got it'll be back like you today. He can treat me like this. I'm gonna tweet next year this time, all right? All right? Yeah, okay.
See, look at that. Look how Charles was cheating that dude, man. Look how Charles was treating him, man. But you mad at Jordan? Even though Charles Oakley, you said was a bully, Charles Oakley was your bully, not Jordan.
I recognized that instantly that, you're not the top guy on the basketball team anymore. As a rookie, you get treated like a rookie, and Charles was a bully, so he beat me up for saying that.
I'm a rookie here. We got it'll be back like you today. He can treat me like this. I'm gonna tweet next year this time, all right? All right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man. Damn.
I recognized that instantly that,
you're not the top guy on the basketball team.
No, you not. No, you not, man. And that goes for any locker room. When you a rookie and you go into the pros, man, you're not going to be treated like a star, man. Them veterans going to get at you. That's with any sport. That's with any sport. Those veterans are going to get on you, man. But you can't be letting nobody put hands on you. I'm sorry. Like, you going to have to show them at least once, don't do that again. Right? Yeah, just smacked him on camera like it wasn't nothing, man. And then he gave him that look like, you gonna do something? And Charles gave him that look like he gonna do something. Man. But he got all this smoke for Mike. Is he mad because Mike put this in a documentary? You spoke about it. You spoke about how Charles Oakley treated you. And how the veterans and the rookies, man. But you the one getting smacked on camera. Listen, ain't nobody smacking me on camera. We gonna fight right there. I don't care if you a veteran or not. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's about respect. I'm respectful to the veterans, but you're not just going to be, quote unquote, bullying me. That ain't going to happen, man. I'm going to have to dunk on him in practice at least once, man. Or, throw that shoulder in there at least once. Put him on his ass at least once, man. But that's my mentality. Other people might be different, but, man. You're a rookie, but it ain't gonna be none of that shit, man. It ain't gonna be nothing like that. But see, he's upset. He's upset at the wrong guy, though. He's upset at the wrong guy. Bro, you're upset at the wrong guy. And that's the thing, Draymond Green got a little bit of that in him too now. I don't think he bullying rookies, but he would definitely, you see what he did to Jordan Poole, man. And they were just, going at each other verbally. Like, you gonna have certain people like that locker room, man. But yeah, man, you can't be out here getting bullied, man. But this happened in locker rooms. This happened a lot in locker rooms. Now, you either took it or you one of those people that, you stood up to people like, all right. But you mad. Honestly, Scottie, you're mad at the wrong person, sir. You're mad at the wrong person, Scottie. You need to take some self-reflection and look at yourself in your life, bro. You're mad at the wrong person. Let's see. Because is Scottie looking mad salty here? Let's see. Let's see. Let's go back to that interview. Let's see if I can find that interview. Let's go back to this interview. Yep. Go back to this interview.
that wasn't the way that the story should have been told, but it is what it is. I think the documentary told a lot more, and you couldn't hide it because it's all on video. You couldn't edit it to make it right, but it really told a story of how guys probably didn't like Michael more so than them was always worried about how critical he were of them. I don't think guys really had a big liking for him.
Really?
Yeah. Go back to that 91 championship, Scottie, when we playing the Lakers, and it was the defensive switching you to Magic that really kind of changed that whole series around for us to win that first championship. And a lot of people don't talk about that as much as they should, because that was a key in our eyes as teammates. That was a huge, huge switch because of your size, your length, you being able to pick up the ball full court and making Magic have to damn near back it all the way down from 94 feet, which took them completely out of their sets. And then that, in my opinion, that kind of changed the series.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. I think that, we allowed all the hype of the Michael and Magic to build up around the NBA Finals. And, we knew that Magic was a little too big, a little too strong, and that, you know, MJ was not going to be as effective on him as we needed him to be to win the series. But as we all know, Mike, he wanted the height as well. So we had to go through that process, but he didn't allow his ego to go too far, at least in that series. He definitely was willing to bow down and do whatever it took. Obviously, it was going to be our first championship and our first time playing in the finals. So he didn't want to waste no opportunities, and he had to make that adjustment.
Scottie, you mentioned Stacey and B.J. Armstrong joining the squad through the '89 draft, and Stacey was a big-time scorer at Oklahoma, big personality, and now he's had a huge broadcasting career after his retirement. What was a young Stacey King like? Did that humor and personality come through on the bus rides and practice areas and different settings with the team?
Wow. I mean, Stacey was kind of, you know, when he first came in, he came in, he didn't really give all that energy and personality up. It took him a little while to kind of open up, and, you know, being a big guy, you didn't think he was so funny, but the guy was very comical. And I mean, he just turned out to be the damn, I don't want to say the class clown, but I'll call him the team clown. He had jokes. Stacey was gonna clown on you. You had to dress right, or he's gonna clown on you. Your verbiage had to be right, or he's gonna clown.
Oh, let me go to another video. Let's go to this video here. This is when he took her back, family. This is when Scottie took her back.
What up, Scottie? What up, Scottie? Hey, Larsa. Hey, Larsa. Is this a reconciliation? You guys back together? Did Scottie buy you the 14-karat ring? Where's Future? Looking good, Scottie.
Oh, somebody said, where's Future? Look at his face, y'all. Look at his face, family. Look at his face. Look at Scottie's face. It's like, where's Future? Look at Scottie's face. Scottie is not happy about them asking about Future.
Have a good.
This one he took her back after Future done, smashed. You know what I'm saying? That's when he took her back.
Good night, y'all. What do you think?
y'all doing?
What do you think, Scottie? Are you leaving?
Hold on, wait, one more.
Headshot, quick headshot. All right, guys. Have a good night. All right. Okay. All right, Rashawn. My flash got to reload. Just wait for me. Thank you. There he is. Thank you, Rashawn. I thought Scottie Pippen was going to slap somebody. I really did.
He's not even about to slap somebody. He probably was. He probably was about to slap somebody, maybe,
Roger.
Hey, don't take no picture, man. I gave you a picture, dude.
All right, good night, Scottie. Oh, you know some rest. How often do we see you, though, Scottie?
Yo, look how happy he was because he thought she was coming back. Yo, look how happy Scottie is, man. Look at how happy Scottie is that he thought that woman was coming back to him only for her to then divorce him, I believe, maybe the next year or two later? She divorced him right before the pandemic. She divorced him. He really thought she was coming back home. Oh, no, sir. Once she got a taste of the streets, she got addicted to it, and she couldn't say no. So she wanted to go back. Even though you tried to put another ring on her finger, she wanted back in on the streets.
Hey.
She wanted back in on the streets.
Have a good night, y'all. What do you think?
Y'all done?
What do you think, Scottie? Are you leaving?
Hold on, wait, one more.
Headshot, quick headshot. All right, guys. Have a good night. All right. Okay. All right, Rashawn.
Why she covering her face? Because she know what she done. Larsa don't know what she done did, man. She got a taste of the streets and didn't want to leave. She went back home and she said, I'm tired of this boring ass marriage. I'm tired of being married. I want out. Marriage is boring. And she left him. This is why I say marriage doesn't mean anything anymore. It doesn't. It really doesn't mean anything anymore. Marriage it is lost its meaning. Look no further than the fact that Larsa went back to Scottie, who took her back, by the way, after she cheated on him. And he filed for divorce. People forget that. Scottie filed for divorce. Men don't file for divorce unless there's some extreme circumstances. And that extreme circumstance was the fact that she was out messing around with a guy. She didn't want to deal with Scottie. She wanted to go and do her, and he divorced her. But then she went back to him, and he withdrew his divorce. He put another ring on her finger.
My flash got to reload. Just wait for me. Thank you. There he is. Thank you, Rashawn. I thought Scottie Pippen was going to slap somebody. I really did. With Future.
Asking about Future. Y'all, TMZ is very disrespectful asking about Future, man. What's wrong with y'all, man?
Roger.
Hey, don't take no picture, man. I gave you a picture, dude.
All right, good night, Scottie. Oh, you know some rest. How often do we see you, though, Scottie?
See that? Only for them to still separate, man. All for Nathan. All for Nathan. Oh, man. Salute to everybody that's here, man. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure y'all like the stream. I think that's all I had to say on that, man. That's all I had to say on Scottie, that situation. Let's see. Let's see. Shout out to everybody that's here. But listen, man, he chose to go back. So, you know, I think that bitterness is misplaced to me. I think that the bitterness that he has is very misplaced. I think it's very much so misplaced. All right. Let's see. Shout out to everybody that's here. All right, that's it for me, people. Thank y'all for tuning in on this Friday edition of the show. Make sure y'all follow the social media, man. And if you haven't, click the notification bell on this channel. And if you're not getting notifications and you click the notification bell, unclick the notification bell and re-click the notification and enable all notifications. And I'm gonna get a Telegram too. I'm gonna get a Telegram so y'all can follow me there, so I can send y'all all the links and everything there. That's probably one of the best apps for sending notifications. You know, if y'all have that. And also, make sure y'all subscribe to the channels and that you're sharing the content. Okay, you can send me content too at the email, JadeBlackLive. You can tag me on Twitter. You can send it to me on Instagram. I don't really look at my Facebook Messenger. I really don't. But on my other pages, you can send me stuff there. All right. But thank y'all for being here on this Friday. Hope y'all are doing good, being good to yourselves and other people. So yeah, that's it. Shout out to the moderators, the channel members, the Patreons. Thank y'all. And I'll see y'all next one. Y'all take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. All right.